too much for some of you. I think in the questions we might be able to really take it to the relevance of this audience. And I think one fundamental question that I was thinking of when I was also reading your tweets is that I have no idea in your companies, in your organizations, how long it actually takes to build a system. I have no idea. There are too many of you, but if I do something within a company, I always ask, how long does it take to build an IT system? And the answer coming back is between 6 months and 24 months. And some of you might be on the bad side of that. And 24 months is what it takes for an idea in your company to talk it, analyze it, build it, realize it, roll it out, 24 months. Well, how long does it take now for a trend online to materialize? It's less than 24 months. So we're getting at a very interesting age where information behavior changes faster than your internal capability to still build things. That becomes very interesting. And I have no intention to send you home completely depressed, but it is only going to get worse going forward. So, Tony, if information behavior changes faster than information systems, should we still build information systems?
Well, we need information systems, so we have to build them. The question is getting out of this sort of build, big bang cycle. And I know the word agile is used and abused and over-abused. To me, what it means is that as a business manager, you can readily get and provision for your peers access to basic content, data, and services within the organization and shape it for them in different ways, and then modify it very quickly based on what you learn, so that your own internal cycles as you learn are then reflected within the way your systems behave much faster than 6 to 24 months. That you're working in terms of weekly cycles or monthly cycles as opposed to quarterly cycles.
But I think, in all honesty, I think you're right, but it's a mindset. I think if we keep building these types of things like intranets the way we build ERP systems, I think we're all going to basically disappear. The other word I heard was intelligence. I wanted to pick up on that. I think if there's one thing that we didn't spend enough time on, it was intelligence. And I think we talked about social intelligence, gathering intelligence from social activities. I honestly believe that intelligence is going to be a key factor for you to differentiate. The data sets get bigger. Big data is a big buzzword now these days. But it's a combination of big data, real-time, and weak signals. That's the type of skills we will need to learn. And there's so much value in the intelligence that's going on within the communication of companies. If you can capture that, you will need to learn big data, real-time, and weak signals. You touched upon it a little bit, Martin. What's your point of view?
Well, I think what we've done is we have a very good understanding of data management. We have master data sets, we understand repositories, and we can stick data into it. I think we've got a fairly good view of what knowledge management is. We may differ on definitions. There's a sense of capturing what our employees know and how we might use it, lessons learned and all that. I don't like the term business intelligence, because actually business intelligence doesn't put it within a context, and I think that's what intelligence is all about. But what's missing is the information management there. We don't treat information as an asset. The Chief Information Officer does not manage the information, he only manages the systems. And I think why we are doing one process at a time, we'll do ERP this year, and next year we're going to do HR portal, is that we don't see the information needs of the enterprise as a whole, with someone driving it forward as an asset of the organisation. And then I think we'd be better able to predict when some of this was coming. I don't think we significantly reduced the 12-month lead time, but because we've already done the specs and we knew who was out there, that long process of definition and procurement has been done, put on the shelf, come back and refreshed, rather than we need a project team to specify what we want for the next report.
And maybe to add on to that, I think what you see, and this might be a problem, I call this macho IT, and I don't want to offend the IT people. I'm person myself. But there's this strange thing, because you picked up on information management, is that, you know, there's a macho sentiment within IT that real IT men don't do intranets. I mean, real IT men do ERP, right? Big, or build a new data center. But there's like a macho IT mentality that the IT people who are assigned an internet project probably wear pink tutus at home. That's the type of, and that's common. That's common. You want to say something, Tony?
At first, I think the issue of big data, real-time, that sort of thing, what I'm seeing is that then being translated in our traditional word terms into big projects, right? And I think we're learning big projects have a high risk of failure. So yeah, we need big data, and I would say big content too. And but we need little projects, right? Small projects. As far as macho IT, I don't know. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. My sympathies sometimes lie a little bit more with the very competing demands that are placed on people's time. And I think that what we need to do is reframe what internet means, because the ERP system is part of your internet, right? And so I kind of like the term digital workspace. It sounds like a buzzword. It sounds almost like a cop-out, but it's certainly better than intranet. And I think when we start thinking that way, then everything that you're doing at work is within this scope. And that means as an intranet manager, we're going to have to get much more prepared to deal with big systems.
Okay, questions from the audience. Anybody who has a question for Tony or Martin?